Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa invites you to a night of golden oldies from the 50s to the 80s with jukebox hits from the band Hideaway Honey. This Central Iowa band performs top classic hits from such artists as Journey, Hart, Tanya Tucker, Shania Twain, The Judds, and many more. Tickets are just $10 and can be purchased at watchyyouroperahouse.org or get them at the door. It's the band Hideaway Honey this Saturday, September 28th at 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House. Watch Pekin Panther football live right here this fall on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube with live announcers and an updated scoreboard, plus an area scoreboard to keep you updated on other schools of interest. It's Pekin Panther football live right here on Steve Shetler Media starting Friday, August 30th. I am so ready to go live here on Steve Shetler Media. Hey, we are live. How are we doing out here today? We got a few people out here. We are out back. They have taken us out back. They didn't want us inside. So.
That's typically how it goes. It's like not inside.
They're like, no,
not inside.
Out back, outside. So we are outside today on the patio at Barnwired. I can talk. Barnwired here in Sigourney, Iowa, and we are hanging out for the Iowa Music Showcase with my buddy Nick Ryan. We're going to get to Nick here momentarily. If Amanda would want to come up here, make some noise for Amanda, Zippy Amanda, coming up here.
Get up here, Zippy.
We're not Zippy this week, dang it.
No,
but I'll let you take the mic and tell us what's up.
Of course, today is Football Friday at Barnwired. Every Friday during football season, we had the breakfast for the boys, coaches, cheerleaders this morning. Everybody was busy once again this morning. It was a great turnout. We really appreciate it. The boys are so generous and just kind and really make you want to continue doing it because they are very respectful, and it's just nice to see that in young kids these days because sometimes it is hard to find that. I'm not going to lie. And then we have our Cobra drinks all day today. I will donate $1 back to the Cobra Club for every Cobra drink sold. I was going to go to Sandwich of the Week, but I'm not done with football, so I'm just kidding. Tonight is another home game, and it is against Pleasantville, and it is going to be a big game for us and a good game, I hope. So if you all could come out and cheer the boys on and be loud and proud for them, they would really appreciate that. Just pack the stands and do your thing so they can do their things.
You can do it now. Clap your hands.
Woo!
Yeah.
There we go. Look at that. So, good luck tonight, boys, on that note.
How about that for an interlude?
There you go. That was good. So our lunch special today and tomorrow, we do have a road trip going on today and tomorrow, so we will be open till 5 p.m., which is change in hours for us. Our lunch special is chili or our chicken wild rice soup in a bread bowl. Our sandwich of the week is a Italian chicken sandwich, and it has pesto on it, and I'm telling you, it is very, very, very good. Next week, it'll be the first Friday of the month, so we will have handballs next Friday.
Handballs. Yeah.
Monday is breaded tenderloins. Thursday is a new item on the menu, a taco pasta. So, yeah, I think that's kind of what I got. I know. How'd I do? Am I getting better?
She's just becoming a pro. I didn't know if I was going to get the microphone back today or not. So thank you, Amanda. Lots of good stuff happening here at Barnwired in Sigourney, our host for the Iowa Music Showcase. And yes, we weren't expecting to see Nick Ryan today until last night at approximately 8:30.
That's right. Yep.
So my scheduled guest, Luke Thomas, I had to move things around, so hopefully we'll get him here in the future. But today it's all about Nick Ryan. Nick, it's an unexpected unexpected surprise. That's what I'm trying to say.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah,
you never call me anymore.
I know. Actually, I've tried numerous times
fair enough,
over the last year to try to get you on. So I'm glad that today happened to work out. So good to see you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. If people here in attendance, I know you've got some of your I know your number one fan of all time.
Absolutely.
Kay is here.
Yep.
For a little while.
Kay's here as my number one fan and bodyguard.
Yes. But for those that aren't Kay, that might not be as familiar with you, tell our viewers, tell those in attendance a little bit about yourself, your background.
Yeah, so I grew up in New Sharon, lived around this neck of the woods most of my life, and then started singing in school and church about 4 years old, and just kind of continued doing that, and ended up kind of going into radio and met you when I was about 14 years old. And
that's just a few years ago.
Yep. And then went to school for that, and then kind of was like, I think I'd kind of really start to I'd like to be the one performing the music instead of just hitting the play button. That bug kind of bit, and been kind of dabbling in music ever since. And then several years ago, I ended up meeting a songwriter that used to live in Nashville, and she lives in Iowa now. And then started songwriting, and that kind of just broke everything loose, and wrote a couple of songs and put one out on the radio. We're getting ready to put out a couple more.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so that song was Twister here. That's been a few years ago now.
Yeah, we released it in 2012. So
wow, has it been that long?
Take our time putting out new music.
Just another 12 years, and maybe you'll have a full album.
Yeah. So I think the plan is to we're going to do 2 singles twice a year.
Okay.
I think is going to be the rhythm.
Okay. Is that kind of the way? I ask people occasionally, in this day and age where, you and I grew up with albums, full albums. Are we? In your opinion, are we getting away from albums? Is it more of a singles world?
Yeah, I think for in certain respects, it is. The beauty of the way things are now is you as the artist can really do whatever you want. So if you got a full project in mind, you can put out a full project. If you're just putting out a single here and there, you can do whatever. But the ability for independent artists to just distribute their own music really opens things up to doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, and if you're Taylor Swift and you have 30 songs that know people are going to download it like a billion times each. Yeah, put out the full album. Put out a double album.
Triple album. And then the remix, and then the Taylor's version, and then whatever. But if you're on a smaller scale, which I'm not saying you're not at Taylor Swift's level.
What are you saying?
I mean, there's Taylor, and then there's Nick Ryan, just
slightly coming up underneath that. Yeah.
But you sent me the secret file.
I did. You got the sneak peek.
Yes, you sent me the sneak peek here a while back.
The pre-mastered version. I just got the mastered version of these 2 songs back a couple days ago from my producer. So now we got all the metadata attached to it and shipped off to the distributor, and so we'll probably be looking at a release date of the first single, which is actually a Tom Petty cover. Probably around October 26th. Okay. And then about a month after that, we'll release the second one. And then those are going to be coming out on just a 7-inch vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, vinyl's always cool.
Yep.
Now, are you going to attempt radio at all, or are you just going to let it do its own thing?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So, we'll hopefully get it on my local station, which is hard. That station which shall not be mentioned. And then, but
I'd have played it.
Yeah. See, I used to have friends there, but I joined the Midwest Country Music Originals organization. Yeah. They've got a syndicated show, and so we're hoping to get it out on that, and that'll be, I think about a little more than a dozen country radio stations scattered across the Midwest.
Yeah, very cool. Now, any thoughts on a music video, or are you going that route at all?
I've thought about it. We'll see.
You've thought
about it. We'll see. Yeah.
So very cool. Yeah, very excited. When do the new songs? When will they officially be out there?
So I Won't Back Down will come out on all digital platforms. I think the 26th of October.
Okay.
Or whatever the Friday closest to that is.
Okay.
And then about a month after that, Drink a Memory Down, which is like one I wrote with Trish Gray. That'll come out.
Yeah. Very cool. So put that date on your calendar for some new music from Nick Ryan. First new songs in 12
years, man.
Well, you got a great voice. You got your guitar in hand. Let's go ahead and have you perform one of your songs today. What do you want to do up first?
Yeah, so I'll do Drink a Memory Down. So this is going to be the second single that'll come out in November. I wrote this with my friend Trish Gray, and had a great time recording it. But it's called Drink a Memory Down.
All right, here's Nick Ryan on our Iowa Music Showcase.
So got an old photograph of me and you. Reminds me of the way that we used to stay up and talk about forever all night long. We had plans, yeah, we had our schemes, gonna rule the world and chase our dreams, and never gave a single thought to being apart. But the winds of change blew through our lives like a twister on a moonless night. No wonder if I'll ever feel that way again. So I turn the radio on, tilt the bottle up, and drink a memory down. It ain't nothing a little Jim Beam and George Jones that can't turn around. I just need a little time to clear my mind the best way I know how. I turn the radio on, tilt the bottle up, and drink a memory down. Drink it down. I don't need to talk this out or get it analyzed on someone's couch. Dr. Jones has his PhD in broken hearts. I'm gonna pour me another 25 cc's of heartbreak away, OTC, for the symptoms of loneliness flare up again. So I turn the radio on, tilt the bottle up, and drink a memory down. It ain't nothing a little Jim Beam and George Jones that can't turn around. But I just need a little time to clear my mind the best way I know how. I turn the radio on, tilt the bottle up, and drink a memory down. It ain't nothing a little Jim Beam and George Jones that can't turn around. Well, I just need a little time to clear my mind the best way I know how. I turn the radio on, tilt the bottle up, and drink a memory down. Drink it down. Still got an old photograph of me and you. Reminds me of the way that we used to stay up and talk about forever all night long.
Nick Ryan on the Iowa Music Showcase. We are live at Barnwired here in Sigourney. And again, if you're coming into Barnwired and you want to watch the rest of this interview, we are out back on the back patio. Kay's leaving. Bye, Kay.
Who's going to bodyguard me now? You'll see me Tuesday.
They're making a
evening,
date
yes.
right while we're doing the live show. So, hey, again, we are live at the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney. Speaking of your recording, you were talking about being in Nashville recording.
Yep.
Now, the cool thing was, we're going to put a plug in here for one of our fellow artists. While you were doing the recording, Gemma Bryce from Oskaloosa,
Yeah.
just happened to be in Nashville at the
She's a
same
little-
time.
Yep.
So give her some love.
She's a little monster. She's the most prolific songwriter I know. At like the ripe old age of I think 13.
Yeah.
She's written nearly 300 original songs, and they're all like beyond. Like she writes like she.
It's not like
remembers-
13-year-old songs. It's like
she writes like she remembers all her past lives. And it's a real weird thing to kind of like be jealous of a 13-year-old, but here we are. But yeah, I was like, every once in a while, and I know you've been here, you'll come across an artist and you just know,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And it's like, okay, we need to get you out of town, get you you need to come and see the songwriter kind of world and
Yep.
kind of get a feel for what it's like in a real studio session. And so, talking to her folks who I've known Dan and Summer for years, they used to come to karaoke at the Pepper Tree.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But I was like, I'll be down there doing recording. Just come down, spend some time, drop in on the studio, and just kind of see what it's all about. So it was cool. And then
Yeah.
I just did a show at the Rock Island Tap and had her do a guest spot up there, and she just crushed it.
Nice.
Just crushed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. And then speaking of the Rock Island, I know you play there fairly often, along with another guy,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Johnny Wicker.
Yeah, we
probably
brought
one of the
him out of
biggest
hiding.
characters in Southeast Iowa. What's Mr. Wicker up to these days? I haven't seen him in a while.
He keeps me out of trouble. So
What?
It's a bit of a role
He keeps
reversal.
you out
Yeah.
of trouble?
But I ducked out for a long time, and some life changes occurred,
Sure.
and it was time to start dipping my toe back into the music water. And
Yep.
I'd run into Wicker a couple of times, and and he's fronted just legendary rock groups as
Yep,
far as
yep.
Southeast Iowa concerned, like Average Joe's and Ruckus. And I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to start playing shows again. Why don't you come play my breaks for me? And that's kind of evolved into him kind of being the opening act, and we do kind of a little jammy encore thing at the
Yeah.
end. But he adds some dynamic to the show.
If you don't know Johnny Wicker, you're missing out in life. He's a character. Now, I've wanted to have him on the show, but we do originals only, so we got to get Johnny writing some songs.
He's got some originals.
I'm sure.
So they're parody originals.
Okay.
We might have to put the parental advisory warning in the lower corner of the screen for that one.
There you
go. Yeah, no, you should. You should have some get Wicker out here and
Yeah.
do some originals.
Now, and then also, I don't know if you were wanting to make this public, so just shut me down immediately. I know you're looking to maybe expand your backup band.
Yeah.
Should we put out a PSA
we'll
on
put
that?
out a PSA. We're seeking a permanent keys player, steel player, and fiddle player. So we got guitar 1, guitar 2, and drums and
Okay.
bass filled out. But I'm definitely looking for people that can kind of make that commitment to doing 2-3 nights a week and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
You're kind of like, as we were talking before we went on today, you're looking to add that Western part of the band.
Yeah, we've got the meat and potatoes. We need to add the twang.
Yep,
That's
yep.
what we need to do.
So yeah, if somebody's looking to join a band and you're a serious musician, you know what you're doing, check out Nick and get a hold of him.
Yeah,
So,
message me on Facebook. Easiest
yeah.
way to get a hold of me.
All right, and which is your Facebook page is what? Just Nick
So
Ryan?
it's that Nick Ryan on
Okay.
all socials. So
There are some other
Instagram.
Nick Ryans out there,
There
so don't
are.
be confused.
I'm that Nick Ryan.
Okay.
That Nick Ryan.
That Nick Ryan.
And then also, if you want to support the, go to the website thatnickryan.com. Buy a shirt, buy a mug, buy
Yeah.
something, buy everything.
Yes, buy things. So we always encourage people to buy merch, to download songs as opposed to just streaming them, so you can make a little bit of money from
Absolutely.
from the online stuff. So yeah, support Nick and support our Iowa independent artists. Go ahead. You got something else? I thought you were going to say something.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do it. Your next song which is what?
So this is one of the first songs that I ever wrote. This is called Green, and this is also all my best stuff I wrote with Trish Gray.
Okay.
She was, like I said, just a great songwriter. Kind of taught me everything I know about songwriting. But yeah, this is called Green.
Okay.
Sitting at a stoplight, watching people fly by, thinking lucky them, they've all got someplace to be. If only for a second I try to catch my breath, and I sigh as I take one last look around at the life that I'm leaving. Then it's green and I'm gone, and it's almost slow motion. The wind in my hair and the spell on the ocean. The sun sinking down in my rear view mirror. It's clear. Everything I've ever loved, I'm leaving here. Memories of palm trees and you saying that you love me too, as we were lying on the beach neath the blanket of stars. Listen to you laughing when you close your eyes and ask me if I could remember what color they are. Well, they're green and I'm gone, and it's almost slow motion. The wind in my hair and the spell on the ocean. The sun sinking down in my rear view mirror. It's clear. Everything I've ever loved, I'm leaving here. I saw forever and then in a blink, my blue sky turned gray. Now all I could see is green and I'm gone, and it's almost slow motion. The wind in my hair and the spell of the ocean. The sun sinking down in my rear view mirror. It's clear. Everything I've ever loved, everything I've ever loved, I'm leaving here. I'm leaving here.
Nick Ryan on our Iowa Music Showcase. Again, we are live at Barnwired in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa on a beautiful Friday. It's just fantastic outside. We're back on the back patio for our Iowa Music Showcase, and it is Rural Road Trip weekend. We got big bugs flying around here and dive bombing dragonflies. We are doing the Iowa Music Showcase. Yes, it is Rural rural road trip weekend, so it is a little bit busier than usual, which is a good thing. It is time for 5 random questions.
Ooh.
You know, we always did this on the radio, and I am continuing that tradition. So my question of the day, I put up a question of the day on my Facebook page every day, so I'll give this one to you. Which ones are her jobs around the house, and which ones are his jobs? What do you think? At least in your lifetime, what do you consider his and hers?
Right now, they're all my jobs, which is kind of nice. Yeah. So her jobs, that would be things like taxes.
Oh, taxes. See, I was thinking like dusting and vacuuming and women's stuff.
I'll let you dig that hole, buddy.
My wife is here. Do I dust and vacuum? No, I don't.
No.
It drives me crazy. It's best to not have me dust and vacuum. You're just going to not answer that, aren't you?
I think I might leave that one alone. Yeah. Anything that involves math, though, that's probably that seems to be something women are far better at.
You avoid math? I don't do math. Yeah. Question 2. Tell us about your most embarrassing moment. It could be in life or on stage or whatever.
Oh, wow. I've had so many.
Dun, 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 dun. Deep thoughts.
This one right here, trying to remember one and coming.
I thought we had lost you there for a second
on a live show. That's pretty embarrassing. Right now. This is.
I'll go home and take a shower. I'll come. You think about it.
These are great questions, Steve.
Something embarrassing. Go.
Yeah, I don't do embarrassing moments. I hide.
Right.
I avoid them.
So you're avoiding answering all my questions today is what you're doing. All right, so we'll skip that one. Question 3, maybe. What makes you annoying?
This right here. Not answering your questions.
I agree. I 100%. Anything else? Or should we just move on? So you can avoid it.
Probably what makes me the most annoying, though, is I do have like my pet issues, and we've talked about I should probably get a political talk show at some point. But every once in a while, I will spout off and not stop.
You go on a rant. Political rant.
That's probably the most annoying thing about me is my rant.
Question 4: What do you absolutely have to do before you go to bed?
Oh.
What's your bedtime routine? Keep it PG.
You have to put on South Park.
South Park.
Yeah, South Park.
So you have to get an episode in, at least one episode in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. No, that has to be going on the TV at and then it has to be bright. Like you have to turn the backlight on the TV down so that it's not too bright, but you still have the noise.
You start
and
getting
it's
a
nice and
little
funny.
sleepy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And then question 5. Now I'm assuming with you being a country artist, you've had plenty of road trips in your life. What are your? I think we're gonna get ran over. What are your road foods when you head out on a long trip? What's something you need to munch on while you're doing a road trip?
Funyuns. Funyuns are an absolute imperative. Yeah. And like the family size bag, and that will make it about from here to Oski, and then it's time to stop and get another bag.
All right, Funyuns. All right.
Funyuns.
So there, you avoided 2 of them. You answered 3 of them. Those are your 5 random questions here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Should we do one more song?
Yeah.
And then we'll call it good. And then we're going to eat some food because they have
sounds
delicious food here at Barn Wired.
idea.
If you're watching at home or wherever you're at, get in here to Barn Wired. Fantastic food. We always eat some lunch after we get done here. What do you got for your final song?
So this is the one that kind of kicked everything off.
Oh, yeah.
First release
Gotta do
ever.
this one.
Wrote this one with Trish, and also Tammy Cochran was a co-writer on this one. But if you've ever stayed out a little bit too late one night to come home to find your stuff thrown all over your yard, this one's for you. It's called Twister.
Here's Nick Ryan on our showcase.
Well, I told her I was working late and I'd be home by 9. But it was long after the bar closed down when I pulled in that drive. And I expected a little chaos, 'cause I broke every promise I made. But what I saw when I got home just blew me away. It must have been a twister that threw my clothes out on the lawn. It might have been a hurricane that somehow formed over our pond. It might have been an earthquake that shook my pictures off the wall, shifted this foundation, and somehow jammed my locks. It might have been a straight line wind that tore my world apart. Then again, there's something like the fury of a woman with a broken heart. Well, I'm hoping I can make things right and build upon what's left, but it's hard to estimate the damage done when the dust ain't settled yet. She's got me scanning through my truck radio, trying to find me a weatherman. And I know it's kind of delusional, but I'm hanging on the slightest chance. It must have been a twister that threw my clothes out on the lawn. It might have been a hurricane that somehow formed over our pond. It might have been an earthquake that shook my pictures off the wall, shifted this foundation, and somehow jammed my locks. It might have been a straight line wind that tore my world apart. Then again, there's something like the fury of a woman with a broken heart. There were no gray skies, no sirens, no emergency alert, but there ain't no warning for the kind of storm coming when a woman like that gets hurt. It must have been a twister that threw my clothes out on the lawn. It might have been a hurricane that somehow formed over our pond. It might have been an earthquake that shook my pictures off the wall, shifted this foundation, somehow jammed my locks. It might have been a straight line wind that tore my world apart. Then again, there's something like the fury of a woman. Then again, there's something like the fury of a woman with a broken heart. With a broken heart. With a broken heart. With a broken heart.
There you go. You gonna smash your guitar now?
Yes, sir.
All right, yes. So Nick Ryan, our guest on today's Iowa Music Showcase. So good catching up with you, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Yes.
And big thanks to Barnwired, and I'm really glad that y'all kicked us outside today because it's beautiful out
Yeah,
here.
it is fantastic out here. So get into Barnwire today. What's that? Amanda's making rude comments in the background. So I saw a lot of toes tapping on that last song and a lot of head bobbing. So catchy tune as always. People still like Twister after 12 years.
After 12 years.
Can you believe that? If people want to, again, find you, your music, your merch, where can they get you online?
Yeah, at that Nick Ryan on all socials and thatnickryan.com.
thatnickryan.com. So check him out online and help him out as an independent artist. Nick, we're going to have to do this again in 2025 sometime. So
Absolutely.
we'll get a date set. So, all right, next week we do have Adam Whitehead, another very busy Iowa country artist. Adam going to be coming in to Barnwired next Friday for our showcase. So make sure you stop in or tune in here on Steve Schoettler Media. Appreciate Barnwired being our host every week here on the Iowa Music Showcase. And we'll see you again next Friday. Thanks for tuning in.